guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a mini first impression. So I was going through my drawers and I found this. I realised I hadn't used it yet. It's from BellaIzzy and it's their Goddess Glow Pressed Highlighter Pigment. So I got this in the advent calendar that I had over Christmas and I thought I really want to use this today, so why not do a slightly more up-to-date kind of dewy, glowy skin makeup look. I've done a few of these and people really enjoy them, but I've got slightly different techniques this time and just kind of different products to share with you, and I thought, well, I might... So you do need to be careful because I have broken it slightly, but as you can see it's a very golden champagne colour, so I'm not sure if it's going to suit my skin tone, but that's what we're going to find out today. So to start off with, I'm going to prime and add foundation to my skin. Now me, as you know, I love the 100% Pure Luminous Primer. It does give a nice glow to the skin. What I have been doing recently, which I really like, is actually mixing my foundation in with the primer. So it kind of creates more of a tinted moisturiser or more like a BB style cream on the skin. So it's much more lightweight. It kind of blends really nicely into the skin. It kind of evens out the skin tone but looks more skin-like and fresh and glowy. Now the key is to use one that you have to use it with a liquid. You can't use it with a mineral based product. It needs to be a liquid foundation and it needs to be one that you know kind of lasts well on skin, so it can't be... I'd recommend for this part not to go with something that has oil in it or anything like that if you've got oily skin like me, because... So I'm going to go with my Gosh Exceptional Wear foundation. I have mine in the shade Porcelain. This works really well on my skin and it works well being mixed in as well. This part you can kind of customise to how you want it. Probably going to do that much foundation with that much primer. I'm just going to take a brush, this is my expert face brush from Real Techniques, and mix the two together. So obviously this kind of lightens the coverage of the foundation by adding a primer. That's kind of, for this look, that's kind of fine because I do want a fresh, glowy look. So I can just go in with concealer later. So if you don't like, if you like full coverage, what I can recommend instead is using a liquid illuminator underneath, like the iconic London Drops or something like that, or use a strobing cream of some description underneath. Like I said, fresh, glowy makeup look kind of from everyday. And just make sure you use a primer that you pair a primer and a foundation that you use together anyway, then you know that it won't like do anything weird or separate on the skin. So that's just a big tip. So use a foundation and primer that you know works together anyway. Now, like I said, for the bits where I need a bit more coverage, so a little bit under my eyes and obviously on my chin area, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal in C1 for this. I'm just going to take, I want to go very light-handed, especially because this is so full coverage. So I'm literally going to take a dot for there, take a little bit here because I suffer from redness there, and then do just spot concealing. So I'm just going to take my concealer brush from Real Techniques and just buff that concealer in. And like I said, I am already done the T-zone, so I do need to set that area, but I keep the rest of the face unset so that it's kind of nice and glowy and fresh looking. Obviously if you're going on a night out and stuff like that, you may want to set the entire face, but for like an everyday purpose there's really no need. So I'm going to take, I'm taking the Collection Lasting Collection Pressed Powder, and I have mine in the shade Ivory. I'm literally just going to also set under my eyes slightly, like I said, a little bit around the T-zone area. Okay, now in terms of face products, I will either, depending on my mood, I'll either go for a bronzer or a blusher. And I've just got a couple of each just to recommend for you. So for bronzer, obviously it's meant to be kind of a glowy skin look. So I've got two bronzers here. This is a 100% Pure Cocoa Pigmented Bronzer in Cocoa Gem, and this has a beautiful sheen once applied to the skin. There's no shimmer or glitter in it, it just provides a sheen on the skin, so it just kind of adds to luminosity. Then I've also got the Barry Afterglow Light Bronzer. Now this does have, if you look closely into the pan, you might not see it on camera, there is bits of shimmer in here. However, once on the skin, you can barely see them, so just when the light hits your skin, it just kind of glows. So yeah, because usually I don't like things with shimmering, but because it's such fine shimmer and you can barely see it once it's on the skin, so that's that bronzer, the Barry it kind of, you really can't see it, and it just gives, like I said, a really nice glow to the skin. So that's the two bronzers I would recommend. And then I've got some blushers I'd recommend. So I quite like to, if I'm doing the blush option, I quite like using liquid or cream products to create that slight glow, because it's cream or because it's like a more creamy liquidy formula, it will give that natural glow without there being any shimmer, glitter or a sheen to it. So I've got two here. This is the Gosh Lumi Drops in Coral Blush, and then I've also got, this is from the sample from Tata Harper, it's their cheek and lip tint. So this one's probably the more subtle out the two, and this one can be a lot more pigmented on the skin. You just need a little bit, but it blends in so beautifully. So those are the options. So today I actually feel like going with a bronzer. So I'm going to take this one. This is the 100% Pure Cocoa Gem bronzer. And these bronzers I know work perfectly well over unset skin. So that's obviously something else to kind of bear in mind if you're not setting this. I'm just going to take it on a big powder brush. And I'm just going to sweep it across the face. Now, kind of like one of the things with bronzer that you can do is kind of create that 3 shape along your face. So it just kind of hits around the forehead area, onto the cheeks, and kind of along the jaw area. You know that it gives that beautiful sheen to skin, which helps with like luminosity and stuff like that. So it's really beautiful, and like I said, it glides on perfectly with unset skin. And then sometimes what I like to do, I know this is unrelated to the skin, but sometimes I like to take the brush bronzer I'm using, and sometimes I do this with the blusher as well, just on a shading brush, and I'll just kind of sweep it across the lid just to kind of match what I'm doing with the skin. This is kind of very similar to what I do when I'm on holiday, but minus kind of the foundation step. It just gives a little bit of a definition to the eye, nothing heavy or crazy or anything like that. Okay, and then on to the first impression section. So this is the pressed highlighter pigment from Glitter Eyes. So it's a very weird texture, I have to say. It's not smooth, it's kind of like a powdery cream powder almost, but it's extremely, extremely glowy. And it definitely is kind of one of those highlighters that gives that wet finish. Now I'm not sure if the shade is going to particularly suit my skin tone. It might be a bit too golden, but I just kind of want to see what it's like, see what the formula's like. So I'm going to, because I think it's going to be very pigmented, I'm actually going to take it on a fluffy brush. So sometimes I like to use my Real Techniques 300 brush, but most of the time, as you know, I like to use, this is just a brush from the brand called Ruby. I guess it's a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I like to use this to apply highlighter, and because it's fluffy it picks up less of the product, so it shouldn't be quite as intense as that swatch was. So let's see how this goes. But it's definitely a metallic finish. Ooh. So I don't think it is a bit too golden for my skin tone. It's very glowy. You can see I picked up not very much at all there. However, now that I'm blending it out, see on my skin with this brush, I can see shimmer in it, and I don't like shimmer. See it? There is bits of shimmer in it actually. But I'm just going to continue just to show you where I like to highlight to create the glowy skin. So obviously on the tops of my cheekbones I like to go above the brow because I think it looks really pretty. So I'll just quickly do the other side, okay. So in terms of this highlighter, I don't think I'll use it again on the skin because, like I said, there's bits of glitter and there's bits of shimmer in here that's quite noticeable. But it's definitely one that you can give a slightly more of a subtle glow, or you can build it up to be quite intense. Somewhere else I like to put it is down the bridge of my nose, just ever so slightly. I don't like putting it on the end, just a little bit down the bridge section here. I think it also looks, you can also sweep it under the brow bone, that looks pretty. And then again, like I said, sometimes I like to match the eyes with the face, so then I can just pop a little bit in the centre of the lid right there. I might actually apply a little bit on my finger with my eyes. Actually, for on the eyes, I really like this product because it looks really beautiful. And I don't mind shimmer on the eyes. It's just that on the skin, I mean, it looks very wet looking. I think in photographs and things like that, it look really beautiful. And if you're someone who doesn't mind shimmer in the highlighter, then you're going to love this because it does give a beautiful glow. And like I said, you can really build this up. If I used like this brush, it would give me much more of an intense glow. So that's something just to let you know. So this isn't necessarily a bad product at all. The formula is quite nice. It's just kind of personal preference with me. I'm just going to take a little bit on the cupid's bow because that's somewhere else I quite like just to, ooh, that's quite a lot. Add a little bit of highlight there as well. You can actually pop this on your body as well. If I had like a bit more of this section out, then I could add a little bit there. I think actually that looked quite nice on the body. I might just sort of quickly show you some of the other illuminators that I really like to go for. So you've got the iconic London drops, which is really nice. You can actually pop this under foundation. So like I said, if you want something that's more full coverage on the skin in terms of foundation, so don't want to mix a primer in or anything like that, you can go in with this under the foundation and it will shine through and give that good glow, but you can still get the coverage that you want if you like full coverage. So this is the shade Shine that I've got. I've also got the original shade as well, but this kind of suits my skin tone a bit better. I've also got the Vapor Organics Halo Illuminator in Moonlight. It's a really beautiful. This one has like a pink undertone to it. There, it's a really beautiful sheen to skin and it's creamy, so it blends in really beautifully with liquid products, and if you're someone like me who doesn't set the skin as well, it works really beautifully. And then probably my favourite ones, as you well know, are the Lily Lolo Illuminators. So I originally had the shade Champagne, which I do still use quite a lot depending on kind of the makeup look, and as you can see I've hit pan. Yeah, so more of a champagne shade, and again no glitter, no shimmer, it's just a pure sheen. And then the one that I got more recently, which is my favourite one and suits my skin tone just a little bit better, is the shade Rose. So it's more of a pearlescent pink colour. And it's just really beautiful, and they just give a beautiful luminosity to the skin. That's kind of the kind of tips and tricks I like to do when I want to create a really fresh, glowy skin makeup look. In terms of the first impression, it is a beautiful product. It's extremely intense, but you can go with a light hand like I demonstrated. It's a lovely colour. I think it may be for my fair skin tone, not quite the right shade. As an eyeshadow, I'm definitely going to be using it again. It's just that going to give that beautiful shimmer to the lids and look stunning. I just don't like things that has shimmer in it. Well, I don't mind things with shimmer in it, but things that are noticeably shimmery on the skin. And that's the biggest downfall with this highlighter for me. Anyway, if you like that, then you're going to really like this because it does give a lovely wet finish almost to the skin. Looks beautiful. Like I said, I think photography wise it's going to look stunning in photos. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, found it useful, and I hope you enjoyed the slight mini first impressions involved in this one as well. I do love, despite the fact I've got oily combination skin, I do love to look glowy and luminous. I just think it looks fresher on the skin. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.